All right, guys, this is a quick 7th grade review for the FSA on just a couple topics that I saw. This one is the first one. Hopefully you can see it from there. This shape is being cut by this line, okay? And the way you best do this is you pretend that the whole entire shape is made of like chocolate or something, and the inside is all strawberry. So once I cut it like this and I show you the strawberry piece, you need to tell me what shape you're making once I cut it open and show you the strawberry piece. This is a pentagonal pyramid. So the bottom is a pentagon, and then all the points go to one point. Now, once I cut it sideways and show it to you, what you're gonna see is a pentagon, and that's the answer to that question. Okay, this one here, another pentagonal prism. Okay, but this time it's cut from up down like this. What shape am I gonna be showing you if this shape is all chocolate and the inside is strawberry, and I open it up to show it to you? What's the shape you see just in strawberry? That one's gonna be a rectangle. If you understand what I'm saying, very simple concept, but I don't want this to surprise you when you see it, okay? Very easy concept, you should get it, okay? Next one, circles. The area of a circle is pi r squared. Circumference is diameter pi, okay? Circumference is the perimeter of a circle, the distance around the circle, okay? Now, radius, if you remember, is the distance from the center of the circle to the wall of the circle. So that's a radius. This is also a radius. This is also a radius. This is also a radius. Any line going from the center of the circle to the wall of the circle is the radius. So that's what we use when we're doing area. The diameter is the longest line you can make inside of a circle, which is right down the center of the circle. Okay, so this is the diameter. The diameter is made up of two radiuses put together. Okay, so far so good, not a big deal. Okay, which one's the longer one? Oh, Mr. Caceres, I always forget which one's the radius, which one's the diameter, which one's the longer one, which one's the shorter one. Well, the radius is the shorter one, and it's the shorter word. And diameter is the longer one, and it's the longer word. Pretty simple, right? So the area, just the way it says. If I said the radius here, if I said the radius was 3, okay, it'd be 3 squared, which is 9. So pi multiplied by 9. Pi is 3.14, so it would just be 3.14 times 9. And that's done. That's the area of this circle. Now, if the radius is 3, and I'm looking for the diameter because I'm looking for the circumference, okay, I need the full length of the line. Okay, so it's going to be radius plus radius, which is 6. So this is going to be 6 times 3.14, which is pi. And that would be the answer. Now again, people get these formulas confused. Which one do when do I use diameter? When do I use the radius? Well, radius, again, the smaller word, the smaller line, goes with the other smaller word, which is area. Diameter goes with circumference, the bigger word, which is the bigger line. Very simple to remember this. If it takes you a little bit, you can rewind the video, watch as many times as you want. And that's it. Very simple concepts, not complicated. Don't overcomplicate anything. I know this symbol means 3.14. That's it. Really, really simple. Then supplementary, complementary, vertical angles, and adjacent angles. Now, supplementary angles are two angles. So I get an angle here, and then let's say I give you an angle here. Okay? That when I put them together, they equal 180 degrees. Okay? So when I put these lines together, they equal 180. So supplementary means that when you put two angles together, they equal 180. So they're not going to tell you what it equals. They're going to say like, this is X and this is 99. Okay? So they're going to say these two angles are supplementary. Solve for X. Okay? So if you don't know that supplementary means 180, then you don't know what to do. But now that I've told you when you put these lines together, they equal 180, then X together with 99 equals 180. This is a one-step equation that you should be able to solve. You subtract 99 on both sides, and there you go. It's 81. Very, very simple concept, but you have to know what the word supplementary means. Now, complementary is very similar to that word. Okay, it even sounds similar. Complementary equals 90 degrees. When you put two angles together, they equal 90 degrees. Okay? Now, Mr. Caceres, I'm going to confuse supplementary with complementary. How am I going to figure out which one's which? I'm going to get them confused. They're so similar. Well, the saying that I use for complementary is, I compliment you because you are right. And a right angle is a 90-degree angle. Okay? So that's how I personally remember that complementary is always 90 and supplementary is 180. So let's give you an example here. Let's say this is 35 plus x, and this one is 35 as well. 30, let's say 38. Okay, so you, again, these two angles together make 90 degrees. So 35 plus x plus 38, they're complementary, which means they add up to 90 degrees. And there you go. Put the two things together that you can. That's 60 plus 13, that's 73 plus x equals 90. You subtract, and you should find out that your answer is 17. That's easy. Vertical angles, okay, are angles that are on opposite sides of each other when there's a cross like this. So this is a vertical angle, and this is a vertical angle to each other. What's so important about them? They're equal to each other. Okay, that's what's important. So if I say this is x plus 8, and this is 88, then I know that x is 80, because they're equal to each other. X plus 8 would be equal to 88. If I do another one here, if I say this one is 3y, and this one is 66, okay, then I know that 3y equals 66 because they're vertical angles to each other. So how do I solve this? I do the opposite. These two are multiplying. I divide by 3, divide by 3. Y equals 22. Simple concept. Adjacent angles, they're not going to really make you solve anything. They'll probably just ask you which one of these angles are adjacent angles. Okay, I'm trying to erase this, and it'll work now. There you go. All right, so adjacent angles are just angles that are next to each other. The word adjacent means next to. Okay, so if I have angles like you just saw, okay, and I saw this is 35 and this is 35, so this one has to be 145, okay? And then this one we'll call, this one will be, again, 35, and this will be 145, right? I'll call this angle A, angle B, angle C, and angle D. And I said, which angles are adjacent? Well, any angle, these two are adjacent, or these two are adjacent, these two are adjacent, and these two are adjacent. Which ones are vertical? These are vertical, these are vertical. All right, next one here. Triangle's third side length. Okay, this is a pretty simple concept. If I have a triangle and one side is 3 feet and the other side is 7 feet, okay? And I said, what are the possible lengths for this third side? Now, this third side, there's a lot of numbers it can be, okay? But I want to focus on what the numbers it cannot be, okay? If I get this 3 and I put it right here, 3 feet, and I kind of just make the slightest angle, 3 feet, okay? What length is this? What length is that? What length can that be? Can that be 100? No, that 100 feet will be too long. It'll be too far away from each other, okay? The biggest this line can be is just short of 11. So like 10.99, it can be 10.99. It can't be 11, why? I mean, it can't be 10, I'm so sorry. It can't be 10, why? Because 7 and the 3 together make 10. The third side can't be 10 because it'll just be laying on top of that line. It can't be 10, so whatever length you choose has to be less than 10, okay? But it also has to be more than 4, why? Because if I grab this 3 and I lay it on top of there, this distance is going to be 4. And again, I can't just lie lines on top of each other and call it a triangle, okay? They have to actually angle up a little bit. So, any number between 10, from 10 all the way to 4, you could choose as a third side. That one's a pretty simple concept. You can rewind it to watch it if you want. It can't be 10, because if I lay down the 7 and the 3, that's them laying flat. That's not making a triangle. Again, it can't be 4, because again, it's one lying on top of the other, and it can't make a triangle either. And then the next ones that I'm going over is mean, median, mode, and range. These are just definitions. Mean, you're going to add all of the data up. You're going to add all the data up. And then you're going to divide by, in this scenario, 3, because there's 3 numbers. If there are 7 numbers, you divide by 7. And that would be the mean. The median would be the number in the middle. Okay? The mode would be the number that you see the most. And the range is the distance from the smallest number to the largest number. Now, for median, make sure that the numbers are in order. I don't think I specifically said that. The numbers have to be in order to find the number in the middle. And if there are 2 numbers in the middle, you have to add them and divide by 2. So this one's 3, 5, 6. The range is the distance from the smallest number to the biggest number, which is just the biggest number minus the smallest number. So 6 to 3, the answer would be 3 for the range. All right? Now the last one, last 2 things I'm going to go over are the MAD and IQR. The mean of absolute deviation is, let's say I have 3, 5, and 6. Let's do that again. So let's see if that's going to, let's put another number there. Let's call it 3, 5, that makes 8, that makes 14. Let's make this 2. Okay, so for the mean, you first add up all the numbers that are in the data. So that makes 8, that makes 14, that makes 2. So that'll make 16. And then I have to divide 16 by 4. And that'll give me the mean, which is the distance, the mean is 4. Okay, so I've done this part, mean. Now I have to do the absolute deviation, which is the distance from the mean. So how far is 3 from 4? That's 1. How far is 5 from 4? That's 1. How far is 6 from 4? That's 2. How far is 2 from 4? That's also 2. Now I know the absolute deviation. Now I'm going to find the mean of absolute deviation, which is the mean of this information. Okay, the mean of absolute deviation. So I'm going to find the mean again. So I'm going to add these up. That makes 4, that makes 5, that makes 6. So this equals 6. 6 divided by how many numbers there are, which is the 4, is going to be 1.5. Okay, so what is that? That is the MAD, the average distance from the mean of absolute deviation. Okay, IQR is what we're going to do now. IQR, we're going to need a couple more numbers. Let's say it's 1, 1, 3, 5, 6, 7, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, that'll work. Okay, so I put them in order already. For IQR, you have to put them in order because we're going to find the medians. We're going to find the median of the left of the median of the right of the median, and then find the minimum and maximum. Well, you don't have to find the minimum, but that's how you make a box plot. So I would say make a box plot first. So the median, the middle number, is the 5. So that's the 5, right? And then the middle of the left side of that number is the 1. So that's a 1. And then the middle of the right side is a 7. Okay? So these are quartiles. That's the first quartile, this is the second quartile, and that's the third quartile. The interquartile range is the distance from the first quartile to the last quartile, which is the 7. Okay? I didn't say to the minimum or to the maximum. You're just finding the distance from the first quartile to the third quartile, which is how far is 1 from 7? The answer for this one is 6. Okay? I think that's the last thing I wanted to cover. Yep. And good luck, guys. I hope I helped you. If I was just being repetitive, sorry, but I hope I helped. Bye.